children free.
These are my people.
Oh, turn the river into blood, send the locusts to devour.
These are my people.
Don't you know he said it?
He said it back then, now he said it again. Let my people.
Why us? And from slavery to the prison houses. This is one of those lessons. I was, this past week, I heard a few disturbing things come across where people trying to say that we're not the children of Israel, that, we're a cult. Even had this one guy says, this guy named William Crosby, 1857, he the one that concocted that the whole idea that black people are Israelites. Well, as we dealt with last week, we proved color in the Bible, and this week we're going to go into the conditions that identify gospel. See, to deal with knowing who Israel is isn't just on a singular thing or one little thing. It's manifold, it's on different levels that the Lord put in His Word that without any doubt, any reservations, His people that will turn back to His Word out of their darkness and out of their ignorance, that so-called Christianity, I call it Roman Christianity, some people call it salad bar Christianity. Nevertheless, when you turn to the Word of God and you look in this book with clear vision, without no man telling you what this means and what that means, He showed you without unequivocal doubt who the children of Israel are and their importance in the whole role of salvation. So we dealt with the color of the people of this Bible. And I'm going to go, and just in case we got someone new, I want to state this: we're not racist against anyone. Only thing we can't stand is devils. And they come in all flavors and colors, y'all, okay? I'm going to put it like that. People that act like devils, I don't care what color you is. We got a problem with you. The saints have a problem with those that conduct themselves in that manner. So what color can a saint be? Any color. That's why I put it in a Facebook post. In the first resurrection, which nationality, what nationalities, or how many nationalities are coming up to be kings and priests? It ain't just black folks, y'all. So I want to make sure we understand our position on this matter clearly. So we're not racist. We don't have this, oh, the white man couldn't teach you, even if you've been taught by Israel. You got people that got a problem with a Gentile that's been certified a teacher teaching Israel. They have a problem with that. That's a racist attitude. Because in Christ gives access, all of us access to know Him and to know His Word. That's why He said there's no Jew, no Gentile. Understand that. We all have to come to this Word. So I want to lay that out. But when we come to understanding who the children of Israel is, it is a physical matter because these are physical people. And let's go to St. John 3 and 11. We're going to sit around with this one, y'all, because I got statistical numbers we're going to deal with. I'm going to drop it right in most black folks' living room. I'm finna address. Okay? Most black folks' households I'm going to address when we get done with this. But I'm going to show you how Jesus dealt with this thing, because this is a carnal thing that the Bible addresses. It has spiritual things and it has carnal things. It has earthly things and it has heavenly things. So let us go in to St. John 3 and 11. St. John 3 and 11. And we're going to understand why us. Now, if you look in the black community, see, when you start talking about our conditions of how bad our people got it, it's a lot to say, y'all. It really is. Because our people are suffering every day in our communities, unemployment, or we're going to deal with the whole gamut. Let me bring this up. You see all of this? Yes, we're going to look at this. We're going to address, we're approximately, now we're down to 12%, 12.5% of the U.S. population. But yet, we lead in every category that is horrific to a culture of people or an ethnic group. We lead in all the horrible categories, y'all. Cancer, death by race and gender, infant mortality rate, highest poverty rate, Even said black kids, even rich black kids are more likely to go to prison more so than poor white kids. Okay? So, I mean, we're going to address this whole thing. This thing is massive. This is huge, y'all. And we're going to address a lot of the issues that plague the black community. You know, people wonder why us? Why how is it that we went from the slave ships to prison houses? Oh, we're going to address that. Because it is an earthly matter. Read.
Verily, verily, I say unto thee, we speak that we do know, and testify that we have seen. And you receive not our witness. If I have told you earthly things.
See, look, Jesus has told us earthly things because he's the word embodiment of God. He is the word of God manifested in the flesh. St. John 1st chapter would tell us that. The only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So he's given us grace and he's spoken of the truth. And that's why I said, if I've told you earthly things and you believe not, that means you're not believing the truth. And we're going to reveal the truth of who physical Israel is. Now, just because you're physical Israel, that don't give you the right to exalt yourself above all the flesh of this planet and thinking you're the only one that's going to be saved. Oh, that you know, like I said, dealing with us, folks, is a load. So it is an earthly thing, Jesus said. If I told you earthly things and you believe not, go ahead.
How should ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things?
See, now he said, if you don't believe the earthly things that this book brings forth, he said, how do you understand heavenly things? Let's go look at Paul understood that there are carnal things and there are spiritual things by going to Romans 15 and 25. Romans 15 and 25. Because you got some people going, oh man, it don't matter what nationality is. I'm in Christ. You know, well, there's no Jew, no Gentile, you know, no male, no female. No, they are totally misunderstanding that scripture. It's letting us know that anybody can become a Bible Christian or partake in Christ. There's no restriction on whether you bond or free, Jew or Gentiles. Because you do have a daughter, right? You do have a wife. And if you disregard the earthly matters, you know, hey, if you don't care about where your son or your daughter go to school at, if you don't care about what kind of job you got, hey, I want you to sit around and think, oh, I'm spiritual. I don't have to go to work. Okay, I want to do what my boss say because I'm not a Jew or a Gentile. I'm not male. You totally misunderstanding it. Because there's earthly things and there are carnal things that this Bible addresses, such as Paul will tell us right here. Romans 15 and verse 25. Romans 15 and 25. Look at Paul there, because these are some poor saints, and it's talking about Israel. We're going to find out that too, y'all. Go ahead.
But now I go into Jerusalem to minister unto the saints. For it hath pleased them, Macedonia, and Achaia to make a certain contribution for the poor saints which are at Jerusalem.
So you have poor saints, y'all. Guess what? Rich saints and some poor saints. Go ahead.
And it hath pleased them verily, and their debtors they are. For if the Gentiles have been made partakers of their spiritual things.
See, they are spiritual things. Go ahead.
Their duty is also to minister unto them in carnal things.
And there are carnal things. There are heavenly things. And there are earthly things, y'all. And there's an order in which we are to perceive these things. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 46. Because you got somebody talking about, oh man, somebody asks you your nationality and it don't matter. Yeah, dude. It matters. Go to the hospital. It matters. You know, I was just looking at this thing this morning where there's medical bias against people of color. And it affects our health condition. That's why I got this chart. Oh, we got, you know, this is the physical thing that happened right here, y'all. In slavery, that man's back. Look at that man's back. That ain't spiritual, y'all. That was a carnal matter. You know, okay? So, we're not going to sit up here and ignore the things that are carnal or earthly. And such as Paul let us know here, 1 Corinthians 15 and verse, but there's an order of things, y'all. 1 Corinthians 15 and 46. Read.
Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual.
See, that which is natural is first, y'all. Then understand that which is spiritual. That's why if you don't understand earthly things, you're not going to understand the heavenly things. And when people do not follow that order, look what happened. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 15 and 13. The Lord made a breach on you. And he did this on the children of Israel. And they realized that we did not seek the Lord after the due order. 1 Corinthians 15, 13. We must go after the due order. We cannot ignore the carnal things this Bible addresses and nor the earthly things that this Bible addresses. It talks about history. It talks about how the Gentiles will rule this planet. It talks about the times when Pharaoh was in power. It talks about, we talk physical, earthly matters, carnal things. But right here, when you don't pay attention to the due order things, look what the Lord had written. 1 Chronicles 15 and 13. First Chronicles 15 and 13. Read.
For because ye did it not at the first, the Lord our God made a breach upon us, for that we sought him not after the due order.
See, if you don't seek the Lord after the due order, it's going to be a breach on you. Something's going to happen to you. You're not going to understand why these things. What's up with that? Because you're not seeking the Lord after the due order. And what did Paul let us know? What did Jesus say? If you don't understand earthly things, how you going to understand heavenly things? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this right into it. Now, I always do this to my brothers and sisters. I don't know if from Adam's house cat, I can take this on the street in our neighborhood at any given time and make this statement. I said, wait a minute. I don't know you from Adam's house cat, but my brother and my sister that look like me, I know either one of these three things is true. You either know somebody in jail, either just got out of jail, or you know somebody on their way to jail, or between me and you, one of us been in jail. Or we got a criminal justice system problem. And it's been proven by a census bureau when they went and looked into the police departments of these here United States of America. There is a bias. They had to form commissions for cultural sensitivities with the police department concerning who? Us. And we're going to look at this by going to Isaiah 42 and 20th chapter. I'm not telling y'all something you can't look up. These are matters of fact. And look what the Lord said here, Isaiah 42 and 20. I always hear the brother with this. I ain't ever had one say, no, brother, you wrong. He always says, dang, you right, man. I said, man, I just met you. I don't even know your name. And I know you, my brother or my sister. I know you know somebody that's got out of jail or in jail or on the way to jail or got a criminal justice system incarceration problem right now. Right now, I don't even know your name. And every rip, they be like, yeah, brother. Then I ask them, by the way, what's your name? They be like, how you know that about me? Yes, this is why. Right here. Isaiah 42 and 20. We're going to cover a lot of ground in this, y'all. Be ready to sit a while on this. I'm telling you right now, this lesson is going to go almost 2. So if you don't want no knowledge, you don't want to understand truly how it is by condition, it's a lot, y'all. I can almost do doggone 4 parts on this, y'all. Anyway, but this is indeed a major matter in the black community. And watch this. Start at Isaiah 42, and we will start at verse 42 and 18. Go ahead. Yeah, I want to start at 18.
Hear, ye deaf, and look, ye blind, that ye may see.
Now, why would the Lord tell somebody that's blind or deaf to hear, or blind see? Because he's not talking about somebody that's physically blind or physically deaf. He's talking about spiritually deaf people. Hear ye deaf and look ye blind, that ye may see. Go ahead.
Who is blind, but my servant, or deaf, as my messenger that I sent, who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant.
Now he's talking to the physical people that is spiritually blind and spiritually deaf to what we just read. Why are they spiritually blind and spiritually deaf? Keep going.
seen many things.
Oh, we do. Oh, we always. I saw this post on my. We are professional complainers and professional criticizers. Because we see a whole lot of stuff we don't like and we talk about it flat out. We professionals at that. Why? Because we see many things. We see these things and we talk about it and we are pro at that. Roaring like lions. Oh, this happened, that happened, this. We professionals at that. That's why he said you see many things, but go ahead.
But thou observest not, opening the ears, but he heareth not.
Go ahead.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Oh,
wait a minute. He said he's gonna magnify the law and make it honorable. And it said it is well pleased for his righteousness. You mean tell me magnifying the law is magnifying the Lord's righteousness?
Amen.
How many people do you know will diminish the law? Oh, the law, law. You bring the people in bondage when you talk the law. That's the enemy talk, y'all. Because they are against the Lord's righteousness. And our people are full of being against the Lord's righteousness, even though we say many things. Yet the Lord said, I'm going to magnify this law and make it honorable. Go ahead.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
Look, we snared in all kind of holes, y'all. Poverty holes. Look, matter of fact, I pulled up the holes. I'm looking like, wow, we got a lot of holes, y'all. We got a whole lot of them. I'm looking at the number of cancer deaths. Okay, I'm looking at unemployment rates, y'all. I'm looking at death by race and gender. I'm looking at, oh my God, what's the poverty rate, immortality, and drug use, and our life expectancy. Look, I'm looking at this piece right here. It said now, this is the most latest percentage I got right here. The Gentiles represent 75% of the U.S. population. Now we're down to 12.3. 12.3. Yeah, we're more than 60% of the prison population. Why I say that? Because watch what we're going to read that. Go ahead.
And they are hid in prison houses.
No, wait a minute now. Did I put that in there, y'all? If you got the real Bible, you see it said we are hid in prison houses. Go ahead. No, hold on. Now, I want to bring this up because I got a damn link. OMG. Let me put this up front. Look at the rate. Look at this rate, y'all. The black represent us. The black represents us. We'll zoom in on that with the camera. We good? Okay. Zoom back out. Oops. The prison, look, for black men, 1 in 3 of us has been in jail. 1 out of 3. That's why I can talk to a brother and say what I say. Look, you put 3 black men in the car with me, or I go in the room with 3 black people, and the 4 of us standing there, I'm like, look, 1 of us been in jail, man. 1 of us know somebody in jail. 1 of us know somebody getting out of jail. Or 1 of us got a problem with criminal justice system problem. Now everybody else, I'm not saying anybody else don't have no problem, but why us? Why us? From slave ships to prison houses. Why us? And this is a black community issue. This is a Black Lives Matter. And it matters in the black life. Ignore it. I never forget I had to go vouch for a brother in Maryland in the courthouse, and as a character witness, because that's what ministers and pastors do. We go help our flock out well as best we can. And as I was there for the brothers, you know, as long as I've been looking at this book, man, when I went up into that courthouse, dude, I was like, you would think all the criminals was black. You would think black folks we just up to no good at all times. Because I'm looking like, wow, wall to wall us. Wall to wall. I've seen a few other strangers sprinkle here and there, you know, a few Latinos and a few here, and I'm like, wow. It just impacts the mind when you go to a court, you know, and you go into a court situation, or you go down to a traffic court and you walk through the courthouse, and you be like, dang. So when I went and stood there for the brother, I said, hey, you know, the brother son does and such. And I looked, all attorneys didn't look like us. I think I saw one brother that looked like us, one. And the other 10 was Gentiles, okay? So this scripture is in our living room, in our community. It is a major Black lives issue. Ever since I've been a little boy, I've wondered why we got problems with the police.
Right, yep.
I never forget, I was a little boy in the projects on the south side of Chicago. They did a raid on us. They was taking it out like, and I was looking like, man, why they snatching up brothers like, throwing them in the paddy wagons? I'm like, dang. Okay, I came through a situation where I actually myself got put in the cell because of somebody writing on the dog thing, and they took us all in. And when I went and put up in the lockup, I was like, no, I'm sorry, it was the L track. I used to watch it. And I was like, man, I gotta go. And when I went down there and used the washroom, I came up, playing for the cop. He flashing back, I was like, oh man, so I was like, here we go, click. And this is when I was young in the word. And I went up and I was like, wow. Where the white folks at? Then I looked down and there's a little white boy way over there. Hey, what you doing up in here, man? I had to look past all these brothers. I was like, wow, it's a huge, this subject matter alone, the criminal justice and prison house problem, is huge. So I'm leaving off a mountain, y'all. This is like massive. And every last one of us that is black and colored in the U.S. of A. This is a nation of prison house. Matter of fact, it's the total number of serving citizens in the U.S. The U.S. is the world's worst prison state country, y'all. And then we have at the end of the national anthem, the home of the free and the land of the brave. And they need to add on there, and the prison of the black man. That's what we need to add to the end of the national anthem. Because we globe on the globe, y'all. This is going to be the land of the free, the home of the brave, not for us. Why? Well, I mean, man, I could milk this one for a while. We could go a while on this one, y'all. Trust me, I ain't got to touch nothing else. And everybody that's black within the sound of this video, on YouTube, on Facebook, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Straight up. We can go a while. Nevertheless, let's keep it going, y'all. This one, you can milk this one. Keep going.
They are for a prey.
They are for a prey, y'all. We stand in the holes of unemployment, high HIV rates, prison house. They're for a prey. That's why they say, I saw it, man. I was like, wow. This, I forgot what TV program that was, where the brother was sitting there with his daughter. And he was actually telling his daughter how to conduct herself, or kids rather, because it was son and daughter that was there. And he was telling his daughter, look, when the police pull you over, you put your hands on the dashboard and you don't say nothing. How come they don't show white fellas doing that? Why don't they show the Chinese men doing it? Why don't they show the so-called Jew doing that? Huh? With the little yarmulke on his head. How come he ain't got to worry about that? Because he the attorneys. He the one putting up there. He the one standing in the court I was looking at. Nevertheless, this brother, I can't think of the movie right now. He was standing there with his sitting at the table, explaining to his children how to act when the police come up to him. Why? Because we are for a what? A prey. Go ahead.
And none delivered.
And none delivered. Go ahead.
For a spoil, and none said restored.
Now, why is this so, y'all? Why? We're going to look at why us. Go ahead.
Who among you will give ear to...
See, the Lord said, who among us going to get ear, y'all? Who's going to listen to this? Go ahead.
Who will hearken and hear for the time to come?
You know what? You got this guy got this audacity to say, see, there's no evidence in the Bible that African Americans are Israelites. Watch this. Keep going.
Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
Oh! Go ahead.
And Israel to the robber.
Oh, we talking Israel? We talking the seed of Jacob? Oh, this is talking about Israelites? Oh, of Israelites? Israel? Are you serious? Yes. You mean to tell me every time I sit down and I say this in the midst of Israel? That's who I'm talking to when I say, you know somebody either in jail, been in jail, on the way to jail, or between me and you, one of us been in jail. Or got a problem with the criminal justice system, period, right now. I'm talking to Israel. But this guy was saying, oh, there's nothing in the Bible. Really? So he said, who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Go ahead.
Did not the Lord.
The white man. Say that again.
Did not the Lord.
Did not the Lord. The Lord is doing this stuff to us, y'all. He said, did not the Lord. Go ahead.
He against whom we have sinned.
We have sinned against the Lord. That's why this is happening among us. This is the answer to why us.
Amen.
Here it is in your life, in your living room. And when the Lord dropped this on me, and I look back, I was like, oh my God. You mean to tell me that's why my cousin, or that's why that brother, and that's why those police are raiding the projects full of us and destroying us in, you know, that's why we are most likely to be, like I said, hey, when the police pull us over, you got to chill, man, because they come at you Israel. Even though you won't think you Israelites.
Right.
Okay? That's how powerful the word of God is. Because you are Israel. We're talking nationalities, y'all. We ain't talking religion. So it irks me to no end. Ooh, I had to contain myself when I hear people say Israel. You know, well, you join that Hebrew Israelite religion. Israel ain't no religion, y'all. That's a nationality like France, Germany, Russia, China, Japan, Austria, South Africa, United States, Canada. Man, I am calling the countries you can read on the map, y'all. Israel, you can go look on the map. Right now, it's over there on the map. Look on the map. We're talking nationalities. That's why he said Israel to robbers. Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned. Why is us, y'all? Go ahead and finish that.
For they would not walk in his ways.
For they would not walk in his ways. Go ahead.
Neither were they obedient unto his law.
Oh my God, pick a church tomorrow. I said pick a church. Especially in our neighborhoods. Especially. And they in there doing violence to the law. They would tell you, soon you walk in there, I would give you 10 minutes. I set my clock, I'd be like, go in there and say you got to keep the law. Go in there and say, why y'all ain't preaching the law? They would throw you out. You'd be lucky to survive 5 minutes. In the Sunday school Bible study, talking about you got to keep the law. That's how I got my brother. I said, man, you doing violence to the law, but it said the reason why we in this condition is because we are not obedient unto his law. Therefore what? Go ahead.
Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger.
Hey, wait a minute. The fury of the Lord's anger? Woo! Infant mortality rate, y'all. We the highest. I'm like, man, oh my God. The fury of the Lord. Even though we know who use drugs more so than we do, we got the high. This right here, we got the highest rates of related criminal justice arrests by race. Even though the other people use it more than we do. We don't make the guns, but we die by the guns.
Amen.
Think about it. We don't make them. How many black-owned gun companies out there? Please let us, somebody please send me the statistics on that. But how we die by the guns. But it's the Lord that is bringing this. He said he had poured upon him the fury of his anger. That's why we got gangs in our neighborhood that stand at the heads of the streets according to full of fury, y'all. Harassing our old people, y'all. Go ahead.
In the strength of battle.
Hey, y'all, it's a fight in the black neighborhood, y'all. It's a strength of battle. It is a fight against your own. We don't like hanging around our own. We be like, man, look, how many black folks live over there? Oh, boy, you already know. Here come the drugs. Here come all manner of, we're going to get into it. Nonetheless, he said, in the strength of battle, go ahead.
And it had set him on fire round about. And he knew not, and it burned him. Yea, he laid it not to heart.
Now look, he said, it set him on fire round about, yet he knew it not. Because we see a lot of things, but our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. He said, it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. We don't lay it to heart. Yet we got this one thing in our community, y'all. Let's go to Romans 10th chapter. Romans 10th chapter, verse 1. That's on the prison thing, y'all. And they don't even talk about this in the Sunday church. At least they could talk about that and go in scripture. But why they won't? Why won't they go and read that very verse right there? It's in plain English. You don't need to go in no Greek and, Paleo-Hebrew and go into the Greek lexicons and all that foolishness. You don't need to do that. You read what I just read, and you look in your community, and you look in your congregation, you like, dude, this is the reason why us, because we in here on the wrong day. We sitting up here on Sunday, but look what the Lord said about our people, y'all. Verse 10. Romans 10 and 1.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
Now look, when you look at Israel's conditions, man, HIV. Even got this in front of us, y'all. Look at this. When you look at our conditions, man. Yeah. Child poverty rates. When you look at the HIV diagnosis, we have 44% of the cases diagnosed, y'all. Look at this. That's how we put this out. Look at these statistics. That our people might be saved. We know it kind of depresses you. It can get you into a depressant. It can get you into, man, I don't even want to talk about us. I want to go with people about positivity. I don't want to be around us. You see these? Look at these digits. Look at these numbers. Look at it. It is, that's why I said, my brethren, my heart's desire and pray to God for Israel is that they might be saved. Because these numbers don't lie, y'all. These statistics, our numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. So now, here we.
For I bear them record that they have zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
But see, in our neighborhoods, I got the statistics right here. Let me bring this up. It said black Americans are more likely to be Christians than Americans overall. 53% of us have God on our mind, y'all. And it said 18% don't. They something else. Nevertheless, he said we have, I bear the record that they have a zeal of God. Dude, we got so much zeal for God. We can package it up, wrap it up, send it out, rent it out, divvy it out, give away for free, and still be going 140 going north. Look at our neighborhoods. We have more. Look at how we sing. Look at how we pray. Look at how we, man, the whole 1,000 yards. Nevertheless, the Lord said, but not according to what? Knowledge. Oh, we got big zeal. The numbers don't lie. Look at our neighborhoods. I never forget. We could go down on 63rd National. I used to live in Chicago.
This is provided by
And we had
one host and one participant in this conference.
I said, wait a minute, man. I just can't believe that we got those many churches in our neighborhood. I walked down the street, man, on Ashland between, what, that was 67 in Ashland to 63rd. And I counted like 24 churches. I'm like, are you kidding me? We had, churches, I'm like, oh, I didn't know churches, that was the church. We had churches next door to each other. Churches on top of each other. Stacked. Churches, y'all, back in my day, when I was in that area. I'm like, wow. So this verse really impacted me. But we got zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Go ahead.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
See, look, being ignorant of God's righteousness. Wait, no wonder the Lord said he's going to magnify for the Lord's righteousness. Say he's going to magnify the law and make it what? Honorable. So being rejecting or ignorant of God's law, he said we are being ignorant of God's righteousness. With all that zeal, y'all, ignorant of God's righteousness. That's why we can have Baptist, Episcopalian, Lutheran, Catholic, all these various denominations within the 2-block radius. Everybody got their own clique, running in their own righteousness and ignorant of God's righteousness. Go ahead. Read that again, 3.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
And we are, when you are without God's laws and statutes and commandments, you are ignorant of the Lord's righteousness. Then what you do?
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
I never forget that they told my brother, Luke, you go preach what you want to preach over there at that church, and we go preach what we go preach at this church. Dude, we're just about the Lord's righteousness. But no. They're going about to establish their own righteousness and have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of God. Let's go to Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea or Hosea. Some people say Hosea. 4 and 6. And read.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
For the lack of prayer. For the lack of singing. Huh? What that say? Read that again.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
The Lord said, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, y'all. That's what we lack. And when you don't have that, you go about establishing your own righteousness. You throw the law in the garbage can. You might as well throw the whole Bible in the garbage can when you're throwing the law in the garbage can. Because they don't realize that. Why? Because they're going about establishing their own righteousness. Therefore, we are destroyed as a people. That's why us. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So we're going to answer the why us question. Because of the lack of knowledge. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
Now look, in our houses of worship with all this zeal, ain't no law of God in there. Because if the law of God was in any one of those churches that's opening tomorrow, they wouldn't even be there tomorrow. They would not be there. That's how we know they are no priest to God. Flat off the top. It said clearly, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. So you are no priest without the law. And if I pick a spot tomorrow, the law ain't no good in there, them ain't preached to God. Yet, nevertheless, our people flock to this. And the Lord said, I will also forget thy children. Hold this spot right quick. Let's go to Jeremiah 12 and 10. I got to put this in there. Jeremiah 12 and 10. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and we flock to these places that kick the law in the garbage can, right quick, in a hurry, come up with everything. He was talking about, the devil wants you to keep the law. And this same man getting millions and millions of dollars to do that. He is not a priest of God. Notice what it says though right here. Jeremiah 12 and 10. Read that.
Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
No! What day you find many pastors on, y'all? And the Lord said, you are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, seeing thou reject the law. How many pastors do we know reject the law of God?
Amen.
How many do you know? I know countless. I can pick a spot in there tomorrow and I know I'm going to get kicked out. I can pick a church. They're going to kick me flat out. A minister like me up in a church like that tomorrow, how long y'all think I'm going to survive up in there? I'm standing up and with this book and say, hey, pastor, this is the wrong day according to the law of God. You should have been in church on the Sabbath. Oh, brother, what's wrong? I'm done. We already know. But the Lord said, many pastors have destroyed my vineyard. Go ahead.
They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness.
Look, y'all, we're the desolate wilderness. And how know we desolate? Again, my brothers and sisters, I put this up on the board. Put this up on the board. How I know we a desolate wilderness? Well, especially this is what they said. Rich black kids are more likely to go to prison than poor white kids. I'm like, wow, we desolate. Even when we get monies, we still desolate. Okay? I'm like, wow. Go ahead.
They have made it desolate, and being desolate is mourning unto you.
See, we crying. We know that's why we mourning, y'all. Because we're rejecting the laws of God. We're sitting up on the many pastors that are causing the very suffering that we go through and see in our communities, y'all. That's why us. Go ahead.
The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart. The spoilers are come up.
Oh, okay, because no man laid it to heart. Now go back to that Hosea's 4th chapter. This is why we have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. That's why he said many pastors, many. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard. So now verse 7, read.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me.
So hey, look at that prosperity as we increase after that increase. Okay? You know, I'm not telling y'all something that, I'm making up. It said, as they increased, so what?
So they sinned against
So they sinned against God, y'all. That's why us. Go ahead.
Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Ooh, we said, therefore will I change their glory into shame. And guess what, y'all? I'm going to flip this over. Shame. And I look at this. We're going to get to that right there, but I look at this board. I'm like, wow. High infant mortality rate. High death rate among teenagers. High death by race, by gender, by guns. And what, like I said again, somebody please, where the black gun companies at, y'all? Black owned gun companies at, please? Where we make the guns? Yeah, we die by them. You ain't even got to get close. That's like we the highest. Yeah, we don't make the guns. Whew. And then I'm looking at poverty rates amongst infants. That's why he said, they will increase, so they sin against me. That's why the Lord said, sin, you forgot the law of thy God, I will forget thy children. These are the things, these are the things that point out our condition. Not just by color. See, that's another thing I like to do. It's, like I said, starting out, it's manifold. It's not just by color. It's by condition. Now, one of the biggest things that we are inescapable from is what I'm going to read right now in Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All this modern day carnage that's going on in our neighborhood. Because we are the children of these people right here. Let me bring this up. Look at this, y'all. Slavery. Slavery. Deuteronomy 28th chapter, and then we're gonna go right here just for my quick point, because when our forefathers crossed that ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, they began a new dispensation that would not end and will not end until the Lord comes back. That's why when the Lord showed me that dispensation lesson about the 21 different dispensations of the Bible, this marker right here, this is the beginning of the dispensation of his people going into chattel slavery on this side of the water. So we're going to read Deuteronomy 28 and 68, y'all. Read.
28 and 68?
Yep.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now wait a minute, the Lord talking to the children of Israel. And Israel is in the land right next to Egypt. I mean, like going to Canada, y'all, from America. From the United States of America, or like I'm down here near Mexico. I don't need no ship to go to Mexico. It's just right on the southern border of Texas. Just like Egypt is on the southern border of Israel. Just walk over there. Nevertheless, there's huge ramifications here that we are looking at. It's big, y'all. And right here, the Lord said, I'm going to bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, Egypt means to us bondage.
Right.
According to Exodus 20:1, it tells you this. I brought you out of the house of bondage, out of the land of Egypt. Nevertheless, the Lord said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Meaning we going back into what? Bondage. This time, he said, by ships. Which means we're not talking about a physical Egypt. We're talking about a spiritual Egypt, y'all. Spiritual Egypt. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy from bondmen and bondwomen. Look, and no man shall buy you.
He said, ye shall go into ships, to Egypt as ships by the way whereof I spake unto you, and thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be what? Sold as bondmen. What's a bondman? That means a slave woman, man. And for bondwomen, that means slave women. And no man shall buy you, meaning ain't no flesh and blood going to deliver us out of this, y'all. It is by God that we're going to come out of this. And it ain't time to go back there. It's getting close now. But ain't no man been able to deliver us out of all of this. Now, let's look at something right quick. I want to bring this up. Zoom in on. Can we get a zoom in on this? I'll bring this up. Can we get a zoom in? I'll be looking for Facebook. I want y'all to look at this. Okay, good. Okay, zoom out. Okay. Now, the slavery thing, let me go here, y'all. You know, like the guy said, there's no evidence in the Bible that, African Americans are the descendants of the biblical Israelites. Anyway, dang. Y'all know what that was. That's enemy talking, y'all. Nevertheless, I want to read off this list of black slave movies. Okay? Alice Haley Rooks came out in 1977. The Gift, 1988. Queens, 1993. Reborn, 2016. These are black slave movies. 12 Years a Slave, which won an Academy Award. We even have The Birth of a Nation, which came out in 2016. Initially came out in 1915. The North Star, this black slave movie. Woman Called Moses. Interesting. A Woman Called Moses. What color was this woman, y'all? Came out in 1978. Uncle Tom's Cabin, which came out in 1903, 1927, and the last one was 1987 that I recollect. Glory, which came out in 1989. Unchained Memories documentary came out in 2003. Prince Among Slaves documentary came out in 2006. Huckleberry Finn, which is a slave movie, came out originally in 1920, then again in 1960, then it did a readaptation 2014. Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War that occurred in these United States was over what, y'all? Hello? So we're not talking some fabrication, something made up. Came out in 1930, 2012. Goodbye Uncle Tom, which came out in 1971. I Am Slave, which is 2011. Django Unchained came out in 2012. The Tula Revolt came out in 2013. Amistad, I seen that one. Amistad 1997. Tomango came out in 1958. The Nat Turner documentary 2003. Something Whispered in 2018. Slaves, which came out in 1969. The Underground TV show, which is still, I think it's still running right now.
It got canceled.
It got canceled?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it ran from 2015 to 2016, and a Retrieval, which came out in 2013, y'all. Okay, all these movies about bum men and bum women in this land called Egypt. Now, I want to point something out, y'all. I want everybody to get a pretty good fix on this. On the back of the U.S. dollar bill, zoom in, I need you to zoom in on this. On the back of the U.S. dollar bill, y'all see that right there? Yeah, zoom in right there. Yeah, put it. You see it? You got it? Notice on the back of the U.S. dollar bill, not only does it have that eagle from out of Egypt, but it has an Egyptian pyramid on the back of the U.S. dollar bill. So we are in Egypt. Spiritually speaking, y'all. So these, oh yeah, please, I want you to just span over these photographs. Look at these slaves. Yeah, this pan over there, so they get a good look. Look at all of that, y'all. Historical black history from the Bible. Historical black history. This is something undeniable. Undeniable, y'all. Undeniable. Immutable. Can't be changed. That's why when I see people go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter and they're talking about, oh, I'm the head now. No, we talk Deuteronomy 28 chapter, I call it the black man's ID chapter, y'all. The things that happen in Deuteronomy 28, we're going to come back to it, are immutable. Those were pronounced on the nation. When you go to the 29th chapter, you start talking individuals. Nevertheless, let's go to Ezekiel 19th chapter, y'all. Ezekiel 19, and I'm going to go Ezekiel 19 and 4. Ezekiel 19 and verse 4. We're going to be a while on this one, y'all. Let's start at 1 and let's get there.
19. Moreover, take thou up a lamentation for the princes of Israel.
So we're talking about Israel. Skip down to verse 4.
The nations also heard of him.
We're talking about Israel, y'all. The nations heard of him. Go ahead.
He was taken in their pit, and they brought him with chains unto the land of Egypt.
And they brought him into chains unto the United States of America. Yes, sir. That's literally reminds us to say that to the Americas. Matter of fact, these ships were owned. Let me go now. Guess who controlled these slave ships? Edomites, so-called Jewish people. I want you to zoom in on this one. Zoom in on this. I'm gonna put this on when I do the. Yeah, zoom in on this. Or bring this to that. No, don't move the camera. Bring this. Take this to the. Write the paper. Write the paper. Take the paper. Take the paper to the. You see that? These are the Jewish people that own the slave ships. But the book was written to the Jew. Okay? How did they? Come on, y'all. We're going to get to that part of this.
And the source is at the bottom. And the source is at the bottom.
And the source is at the bottom of this picture. Because it said the nations also heard of him, and he was taken in their pit, and then brought him with chains into the land of Egypt. Now, my question to anybody, any naysayers is, wait a minute, what people, who's the only people that came over here in chains? Did the Chinese come over here in chains? Or did they migrate? The Irish, the Germans, the Swedish, the British. Did they migrate over here? Did they come over here by chains? We the only people on this side of the hemisphere that got here by chains, y'all. By chains. Now let's skip down verse, oh man, because I got a lot to get out. Skip down to verse 8.
Then the nations set against him on every side from the provinces, and spread their net over him. He was taken into their pit. And they put him in war, in chains, and brought him to the kings of Babylon. They brought him into holds, that his voice should no more be heard upon the mountains of Israel.
Oh, that's where these people come from. That's in chains. They come from the land of what? Israel. Think about it. And somebody gonna tell you, oh, brother, there's no historical document here. Nothing in the Bible that will even implement that so-called African Americans are Israelites. The next time you hear that, you already know how to rebuke that, right? Okay. Just one. But look at this people in chains though. We're talking Israel. Yes, sir. We talking Israel here, y'all. Make sure I got this along. Make sure we get. We talking Israel. And when we got over here, we had a Holocaust, y'all. And it's still costing us, ain't it? Okay? We still in the Holocaust. Okay? Compared to what they call a Holocaust, child, please. Can I get a child and a please, y'all? Child, please. We by far way exceed what happened with the Holocaust. That's like a little picnic. I ain't not to mention, that's a horrible thing. Yes, people dying anywhere is a bad thing. But we still paying the Holocaust. We in the Holocaust right now. How I know that? Let's go to Isaiah 5th chapter. Look what the Lord, or 3rd chapter. Look what the Lord said about his people, y'all. Isaiah 5. We still in the Holocaust. Isaiah 5 and verse 13. We still in the Holocaust. How I know that Holocaust? Watch this, y'all. 5 and 13, read.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge.
Oh, that's why, huh? Why us? Oh, we think ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? We pride ourselves on what how we feel. Oh, my feelings is hurt. Dude, I just told you the truth. Let's get the knowledge. So you're going to come out of captivity. He said, my people are going to captivity because they had no knowledge. He didn't say because they didn't have prayer, or they didn't believe in God, or they didn't have any faith. He said because they didn't have any knowledge. Therefore, they were honorable men. What?
Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
Whoa! Hell hath what?
Enlarged herself.
Hell hath enlarged herself. Go ahead.
And opened her mouth without measure, in their glory, in their multitude, in their pomp. And he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
Wow! And it said, without measure, in their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall ascend into it. That's why we in the Holocaust right now, y'all. Our children are suffering. Medically, financially, mentally. We got to pray. Oh, dude, we in the Holocaust right now. It's costing the hell out of us for being without the knowledge of our true God. Without the laws of God. Without the word of God. Many pastors are perpetuating this foolishness. Therefore, we are in hell. And it's costing us, y'all. Okay, that's why us. That is why us. Let's go to Jeremiah right quick. Jeremiah 2. Jeremiah 2. We're going to go to Jeremiah 2. And we're going to read this, y'all. Jeremiah 2:14. I'm sorry. 2 and 12. Whoa. I'm sorry. My bad. 2 and 11. We're going to start there. Jeremiah 2 and 11. Read.
Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no God? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit.
See, look, we have changed our, he said, look, have the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. It's profit in these false prophets, but they destroying the people at our expense.
Right.
That's why us. That's why we went from slavery to going from slavery to prison hours. Go ahead.
Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid, for ye very desolate, saith the Lord.
Look, he said, be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, said the Lord. Go ahead.
For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out. Cisterns, broken cisterns that hold no water.
See, we went around putting our trust in all these religions, all these arguments, families. They ain't got no water in them because they ain't got the word of God in them. To reveal to us why us, based on the word of God, not on philosophy, not on opinions. Nevertheless, he said we have broken cisterns that can hold no water, and because of this, look what's written, y'all. Go ahead.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant? Go ahead.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Wow.
Why is he spoiled?
It said, why is he spoiled, y'all? Because of what we just got through reading in verse 13. They hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. And we run right up in the church. We packing the church all day tomorrow, y'all. Packing. But there's no water in there. Therefore we famished. Therefore we remain servants. Therefore we are the homeborn slave. And why is he spoiled? Because my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Now, how long has this been going on, y'all? Let's go to Luke 21 and 20. Luke 21st chapter and verse 20. And read Luke 21 and 20.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. Now
look, Jerusalem, we're going to show you the documentation. Jerusalem is 85% non-black. Non-white, y'all. And when we look at the color of the people that come out of Jerusalem, that went into chains, we're going to get to that. Nevertheless, he said, let them which are in Judea flee. Now, this time period that we're talking about is 70 AD. This was the last place that we had as our capital, as a black Hebrew nation. Okay, let me go there. Okay, this is the last place, and this is in 70 AD. When he said, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed about with armies, then know that the desolation there is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. Why? Go ahead.
For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
See, the Lord took vengeance in 70 AD, y'all. And it's the last stand of our capital that we had. How I know that? Well, keep going.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck. In those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
See, we've been suffering wrath since 70 AD from God, y'all. Go ahead.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So our captivity, that's why the Lord said, you shall be brought into Egypt again by ships. And you shall see it again no more. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies as bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, because our land we will be in captive, meaning slaves in all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until 1945. It did say that, huh?
Right.
It said until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, meaning the Gentiles ruling. And how long is the Lord going to allow them to rule our land? Matter of fact, hold this spot and let's go to Isaiah 1st chapter. This condition, we are the children of the people that this book is reading about, concerning the conditions that are horrible and horrible. Because we're going to read, we already, because we have no knowledge. And we reject our God, and see how we rejected knowledge. He said he rejected us. And right here, look at verse Isaiah 1 and 5. Oh, sorry, 1 and 2. This is why the Lord took vengeance. Go ahead.
Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
See, we the only ones running around with these little Bible words and Bible names we don't even consider. He said, an ox knows his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know. Then he said, my people destroyed for the lack of what? Knowledge. My people doth not consider. Go ahead.
A sinful nation of people laden with iniquity. Laden with iniquity. A seed of evildoers.
That's why we got all this stuff in our neighborhoods, y'all. I never forget when I was young. I said, why is it that I can go through the white folks' neighborhood and they got their windows and doors wide open at night? I'm looking at, man, they got new TVs. Hey, man, he playing with a Johnny race car set. Oh, they got train sets over there. That's a nice stove they got in the house. Then when I go in our neighborhood, child, please, you better not find out you got that brand new TV. You better not leave that car on. My wife be on me. Lock the car. I be like, honey, we ain't in the black neighborhood. She be like, nevertheless, like I said, well, I gotta make sure I'm in practice. Cause as soon as I go in our neighborhood, I leave that car locked, running or unlocked. Child, we even had our knobs stolen off our last car we had. We were like, wow, whoop, there it is. Seed of evildoers, laden with iniquity. Children that are corrupters, go ahead.
They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards.
Now hold this spot right here. Let's go to Romans 11 chapter. Romans 11, we talking physical things, y'all, that our people did. Romans 11 chapter, and they still do it now. Look at what Elijah felt, y'all. Elijah had to pray against Israel. We were so revoltish and evildoers. Man, and look what Paul said right here, y'all. Romans 11:1. Then we're going back to the Isaiah, y'all. Romans 11:1. Read.
I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
And we're going to show you why God hasn't cast away his people. Because you got people that say, look at all this stuff you prove, man. They all God cast them into the garbage can, they done. Oh, no. The ones without knowledge, they done. What about the ones that do have knowledge? That do take heed to the Lord's commandments and his laws and statutes and have the faith of Jesus Christ to go with that. Oh, we're going to deal with that when we deal with the church. When we deal with the church, that's a part of this. Nevertheless, keep going. Verse 2.
God hath not cast away his people, but ye foreknew.
See, God knew it was going to be stiff-necked, hard-headed. Like I always tell some people, look, your folks is a trip. No. Anyway, dang. But nevertheless, he said, God hath not cast away his people, which ye foreknew. Go ahead.
Why ye not? But the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel.
See,
saying,
we get so wicked and so evil. Look, the righteous pray against. He said, look, he making intercession against Israel. Why did he do this? Go ahead.
Lord, they have killed thy prophets.
And we still kill the prophets to this day. You take one of these scriptures in the Old Testament and break it down in one of them churches tomorrow, and they're going to kill it. It don't mean read what it say. That don't apply to us, man. What you talking about? Get out of here with that foolishness. We New Testament Christians. That Old Testament, it's done away. It's all fulfilled. It's all done away in Christ. Well, you just killed all the prophets. And they still do that to this day. That's why he said, Lord, they have killed thy prophets. Go ahead.
And dig down thy altars.
And that's what they do. Dig down his altars. Go ahead.
And I am left alone, and they seek my life.
And look, that's how we feel. Those of us that really believe this Bible, some people can't handle that lonely feeling.
Amen.
Some people are like, man, don't nobody else believe what I believe. I can't even talk to my mother. I can't talk to my children, my husband, my cousins. I'm all alone. But this is how and why we require the Holy Ghost to be with us, y'all. The teacher, that's why it's called the Comforter.
Yes.
This is why you get the Holy Ghost and you write the laws of God in your inward parts. That's the Comforter in the midst of this, because you're going to feel like you left alone. Okay? And they're going to seek your life. But look what God answered. Go ahead.
But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men.
I reserve millions and millions. Now, compare, he said, but what answer God to him? I reserved to myself 7,000 men, 7,000. Now, you think about that. That's a small number compared to the millions and millions in the rock star crowd that's going to be in church tomorrow. You think about that. You compare 7,000 to how many people? Y'all know some of these big time boys, y'all. 7,000, y'all, please. They got millions across the globe ministry. We got millions. We got people in China. We got people down in Africa. We got 7,000 in Memphis. We got another 10,000 on the East Coast, and another 50,000 on the West Coast, and we got people down in South America partaking of our ministries. That killed the prophets. But the Lord said, I got a reservation for a small number, 7,000. Who have not done what?
Who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And when you have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, you have acknowledged God and you have the faith of Jesus Christ that the book gives you. Even so, what? Go ahead, verse 5.
Even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Oh, there's a remnant. So this is what God has in place. The remnant talks about the stuff we deal right here. This is the remnant deal with. Okay? Nevertheless, let's continue on. Let's go back to Luke 21st chapter. And how long is this going to be? To Luke 21 to 25. Like I said, we're going to go a while on this one, y'all. Luke 25, 21 to 25. So our land will be under the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's why they run weapons, y'all. They run religion. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Okay? That's why they got all those white pictures, of religion. The book I had. And the religious books, everybody's white. The money, white money. Except for Abraham Lincoln, that's the evil money. Anyway, okay? Who has the superpowers on this planet, y'all? Who rule the banking industry? They sure don't look like us. Hello? Nevertheless, that's how long Jerusalem will be trodden down until, go ahead, verse 25.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. And man, you looking around some things, people wonder, hey man, it's not, climate conditions change. Summer ain't used to be like it used to be. Winter is getting harsher, and the whole earthquakes and all. It's what we just read. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And I mean the powers of heaven that's here on the earth. People that's living rich, they wonder, what's going on, man? It's not like it used to be. The powers of heaven are being shaken. Okay? The people that live in a good life, they've been shaken. They're beginning to wonder what's going on. Nevertheless, go ahead. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Oh, so they're going to see him and he ain't going to just suddenly appear, poof. Or that rap, you can throw that out. That's the language of the enemy, y'all. The same one that's talking rappers is the same one that got Christmas. The same one got the rabbits and the eggs. Do rabbits and eggs make sense? December 25th in his Bible? And rapture ain't either. Next. Go ahead.
And when these things began to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
So we're going to be in this situation until the Lord comes back. He is going to bring us out of his captivity. Nevertheless, let's keep it pushing, y'all. Let's go into Joel 3rd chapter. Joel 3 and 1. Joel 3 and 1. Joel 3 and 1. Why us? Because my people reject knowledge. That's the reason why us. Why us from slavery to prison houses? Because we reject knowledge. We reject the word of God. Joel 3 and 1, read.
For behold, in those days, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. It will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Oh, then we went into the nation. Israel went by chains until Egypt. And it says he's going to bring them down and he's going to plead them for his people, for his heritage Israel, who they have scattered among the nations. How do we get in part of my land? That's why the Gentiles run it. And we're going by captivity, by chains. Go ahead. Let's see what happened, y'all. Go ahead.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Oh, that they had cast lots, $20, $40 sold for that nigger girl. I got that little nigger girl for $20. That's so offensive. But I'm talking about Israel. Okay? Matter of fact, hold on, man. Look, child, please. I got that little piece right here, y'all. Like I said, we gonna sit a while. This is so auction. This is. I didn't make this stuff up. Cast lots for my people, giving a boy for the harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Go ahead.
Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temple my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Look, y'all, we don't get so removed so far from our borders. We so far. I'm going to show y'all how many names they call us, okay, y'all? It's going to blow you away. Well, we so far from our borders, we think, only thing we ever think about ourselves, well, I come from Mississippi. See, my grandfather, he was raised in Georgia. He's a Georgia boy. I'm an Alabama boy. That's all we be thinking. But the Irish kids and the German kids, they're thinking on the other side of the Atlantic. We on this side of the Atlantic, thinking only about this side of the Atlantic. And when we go try to claim Africa, child, please, you go over there talking about, hey, I come out of Hutus. Now, you're going to get Hutus. You're going to buy 3 shots in the spirit, side the head. Because I remember our first problem, people we had problems with, but look like us, y'all. So they the one that sold us, y'all, to the ones that brought us over here. Then we're going to run and say, they part of us? We so far from our borders. Look what the Lord said he got to do. Verse 7.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
Hey, wait a minute now. Who got sold over here, y'all? Did the Irish get sold over here? Anyway, Italians, Germans, Hispanics, they got their own country, right down in Mexico, y'all. Who is this talking about? I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them. Go ahead.
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
See, the Lord gonna do the payback, y'all. The Lord is going to do the payback. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Zechariah. Back to Isaiah. Isaiah 1. Let's go to Isaiah 1. Isaiah 1 and 7. Isaiah 1 and 7. Read.
Your country is desolate.
Wait, he said your country is desolate. Now wait a minute. When you go look at the application or you go look at ethnic groups, they be saying you got the Chinese, your Japanese, your Germans, your Frenchmen, or when you look at the ethnic groups, you know, your Chinese, Frenchmen, Germans, Italians, you know, Zimbabweans, they look at you, they be like, hey, black man, or African American, or we gonna say how many different names get, but they don't call you by no country. They want to call you by a whole continent. They want to call you the African American. Really? Don't you know Africa? And that's really not a black word, y'all. Nevertheless, it is a continent. Let's go there, since that's what people relate to. Africa is a continent. But how many countries on there, y'all? About 77. Okay? And we can't claim one of them? That's why I said, your country is desolate. Go ahead. Your cities.
Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city.
Wait a minute, he said, our city is overthrown by strangers, cities burned, strangers devoured in our presence. It is desolate as overthrown by what? The Gentiles are strangers, y'all. Then he said, Judah shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time that the Gentiles be fulfilled. Those are your strangers. You got brothers around, see, Israelites are strangers. No, the Gentiles are the strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. In other words, you know how you go out to those fields, beautiful fields. They're just all come cucumbers, and all of a sudden when you get to the rock, they stick out like that. Okay, then the rest of the field. Wait a minute. Hey, something wrong with the picture. This cottage is out in the middle of a vineyard. That's how we stick out. That's why he said the very next verse. Go ahead.
Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
Oh, so the Lord leave it to a very small remnant. That's why you got to be careful these camps that's blowing up. I'm like, we got to watch out, y'all. Because the Lord said, except he had left us a very small what? Remnant. Go ahead.
We should have been at Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
There go your Sodomites, and then your Gomorrites. Especially nowadays, so that's a whole nother lesson. Nevertheless, he got a remnant. This is why we're talking about these things to this extent. Now watch this. Let's go to Zechariah, the 14th chapter. Sorry, Zechariah 11. Because we are the flock of the slaughter, y'all. Zechariah 11 and 4. And our biggest problem is religion. Flat out. We were praying to the Lord, we got zeal for God. Oh boy. Do I need to talk about that, y'all? Child, please. Y'all can talk about that. Anyway, Zechariah 11 and 4, read.
Then said the Lord my God, free the flock of the slaughter.
Whoa, it says feed the flock of the slaughter. We talking about all the way down to 2013, U.S. gun deaths by race and gender. We still miles ahead of the competition. Miles ahead, y'all. We the flock of the slaughter. And we most likely kill our own. Okay, look, I'm more worried. If I go out tonight, Saturday night, y'all, let's go. If I go out tonight, I ain't got no problem. I go hang out in the Gentile neighborhood with some prayer. Amen, we good. But we gonna hang out in our neighborhood tonight? Why is it gonna be like, you sure you want to do that? Especially somehow more affluent, somehow lowest, the poorest of our neighborhoods. Chances are I'm gonna get shot tonight. 2 shots probably, come up dead. Okay, hanging out in our neighborhood, the flock of the slaughter, y'all. We're going to show you why it's poor, too. Anyway, and we is. Go ahead, verse 5.
Whose possessors slayed them.
Who possessors slayed them. I never forget, I looked at that movie, Goodbye Uncle Tom. I said, thank God I got Jesus in my life. Because that movie, whoa, we can't even let the kids look at it. We got to be, right, honey, we can't even, we like, man, look, we didn't know to that extent how they slay. Woo, thank God for Jesus. That's why I understand why some of our Hebrew brothers had this hatred against the Gentiles. They don't let that hatred consume that the Gentiles had when they were slaughtering us. Flat out. You know, imagine us being put between 2 horses and whipped. I mean, woo, my God. Whose possessors slay them, and what?
And hold themselves not guilty.
Now, y'all have seen some of those not guilty verdicts? Y'all be like, really? I have seen it will anger you to the utmost.
Amen.
He not what? Guilty? Really? As soon as we get a guilty plea, thank you. Oh, we be throwing a Christmas party. Might as well be a Christmas party. Why? Because for so long a time, we be hearing these, they not guilty, child. Dude, I saw what I saw, you saw what I saw, and we all saw what we saw, and they not guilty? Really? Really? Oh, I said, thank God for Jesus. Amen. Hello? Hallelujah. My God. He said, they hold themselves not guilty. Go ahead.
And that seldom,
And they
that seldom say, blessed be the Lord.
Whoa. Who talking religious people? Was selling us? What kind of religious people you think was selling us, y'all? Whoa. That's why we come up in their religion now. That's why we sitting up in their church all day tomorrow. Who do you think set that up? The one that was selling us. And it said, if they that sell will say, blessed be the Lord. All day tomorrow, you still get that slave mentality going still. They still relying on some man. Oh, the pastor said, well, what about what Pastor Rick? Oh, Pastor ain't reading, huh? We going by what some man said. That same mentality been passed down due to generations. They that sell them say, blessed be the Lord. Go ahead.
For I am rich.
For I am rich. Oh my God. Come on, y'all. Hello. Got his name. Dollars. I mean, the dude got, and the devil want to keep you to keep the law. Really? I'm like, God, please. Big time. They got millions and millions. Blessed be the Lord, for I am what? Rich. Go ahead.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
And they look like us and they don't even care. Why? Because they're getting their dollars on. Same thing the slave masters when they gave them it in the first place, y'all. They that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for we are rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So now look, let's go to Isaiah 9 and 13. Isaiah 9 and 13, y'all. And you want to wonder, why us? Still running behind, what pastor said. That's why I can't stand nobody say Brother Jacob said. I'm like, really? Dude, more like what I read, say that. Because we sure not going to read it. And if I didn't read it, check me, bro. That's why we always have, at every lesson, a question and answer. I said something that I didn't read, you got a problem with? Let's go in. I like it on book. The book is right. But the slave masters ain't, that's why they talking about, see, Christianity or something. I said, no, the slave masters' Christianity is what got the people in the church all day tomorrow. That's paganized, Satanized Christianity that said, blessed be the Lord, I am rich. And the people that's perpetuating that, pity them not, that are seeking the true knowledge of God. Therefore, look what the Lord said right here. Isaiah 9 and 13.
For the people turneth not unto him that smited them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts.
See, the Lord is the one that's smiting us, y'all. So as long as we're going to keep running to these men all day tomorrow, talking about, blessed be the Lord, we rich. Because they got that prosperity doctrine, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We are in this situation. For the people turning not to him that smited them, neither do they see the Lord, y'all. Let's keep it pushing. So now, look, let's go to Revelations 2 and 9. Now, that's statistics on poverty, y'all. Let me see where's my poverty statistics over here, y'all. Hold on. Got our poverty statistics. Wow. It said child poverty rates will be higher without Social Security benefits. All in the week, we at 57.7%, y'all. The race and ethnic wealth gaps have grown ever since 2000, I'm looking at 2013. Our net worth descends, y'all, drops. Even in time of prosperity, when this nation is prospering, we still get the highest unemployment rate. Why? Revelation 2 and 9. 3.
I know thy works in tribulation, in poverty.
Oh, wait a minute. See, I know your works and your tribulation and your what? Your poverty. Go ahead.
But thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
Wait a
and
minute.
are not.
Wait a minute. Now the Lord said, I know your poverty and your tribulations. And we got full of them, y'all. I mean, man. You see, our people look in the hospitals, y'all. Look at the HIV cases. Ooh, look at the death gun rates. Infant mortality rates. Okay, what's this? Adjusted teen deaths by death rates 2016 to 2018. Black males. Woo, horror show, y'all. Number of cancers, death by each year. We are horrific. We go on and on, y'all. On and on. There's other things. I'm just going to go into it because I didn't want to extend this to no 5-hour thing, y'all. Anyway, he said, I know your tribulations and your poverty, and I know the blasphemy of them would say, what?
They are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
Oh, we going to go ahead and finish that. You finish that?
Yeah.
So now go to 3 and 9.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Because, look, racism against us and prejudice, look, I got this right here. Now, the Lord said that, look at the Holocaust. We still in hell, y'all, from this. You want to zoom in on this up, please? They even had slave codes, y'all, said, which made blacks and their children property or chattel for the life of white masters. In some colonies, it was a crime to teach a slave to read or write. Oh, no wonder they don't want to read no book in there tomorrow. Child, please, go ahead and start reading, man. Look, I give you about 20 minutes tops, Joe. Okay? You keep reading that Bible. Oh, brother, you read too much Bible. I'm like, dude, because I don't come out that slave mentality. I come up under master's Christianity. And I'm going to read books. Because master don't want you to read. It said some colleges, it was a crime to teach a slave to read, y'all. All right. Wow. Conversion to Christianity did not qualify the slave for freedom. Oh, anyway, no wonder they're still in bondage. So you zoom in, you good, follow me. These black codes or slave codes would again appear during and after the Civil Wars. Now look at this. They used to hang us on trees, y'all. Look at that. Those are the real Christmas ornaments. How about that? That's how they hang us on trees like that, y'all, okay? Black women, having totally forgotten what slavery was. Have we totally forgotten? Look, they were saying, and this is recent, y'all. They're going to want old, and I want them to zoom in on this. This one happened, I think this was 2003, maybe 2013. Humble brother. This is recent, y'all. This thing is okay. Look at the horror show. Look what they did. Look at all this, man. Look at this stuff, y'all. Okay. That's why this stuff says here, is Israel's servant, is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Judah mourning, and the gates thereof language, they are blackened to the ground. They brought us in on slave ships, prison houses. Look at that prison. Now, the one that said they are Jews or not, look at that. And like I said, the Holocaust was a bad thing. I acknowledge it. That was really horrible. Woo, that was bad. Nevertheless, where they at now? Sitting at the top of the Federal Reserve. They're running the communication systems, allowing them to come to, we're going to get to Esau, y'all. The one that say they are Jews and they're not. But out the synagogue of Satan, y'all. But that's later on in this series, y'all. But, woo. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to this thing. Now I'm going to go and say, why they can call themselves Jews, y'all? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter. And I want to point out some things in here. Deuteronomy 28 chapter and verse 15. Because this is our ID chapter, y'all. This chapter in the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter is clearly, by far, unequivocally, the ID card that the Lord used to identify us. Because he gave us a choice in this chapter. He told our forefathers way back when they was in the wilderness. This is written while the Israel was in the wilderness. If you obey my voice and keep my charge and my commandments. Matter of fact, let's read it. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And then I'm going to point out why people can call themselves Jews and look at us and call us all kind of names, y'all. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Read. Because he gave us a choice for these conditions, y'all. Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
And it shall come to pass, and thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of
the earth. So that's what the Lord put before our forefathers. Okay? Skip down to verse 15. Because he spoke prosperity, he spoke we're going to be this and we're going to be above all of that. Very beautiful. This is what he spoke to the nation. Go ahead. But he spoke this to the nation too, verse 15.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, that's why the Lord said this day. When was this day stated? It was stated while our forefathers was in the wilderness. Okay? About 1400 BC. Long time ago. But God don't change, y'all. He observed everything. He the same yesterday, today, and forever, y'all. So when the Lord laid this on the table to our forefathers, he said, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Hold this spot. Let's go to Daniel's 9th chapter and see what got poured out, y'all. Daniel's 9 and we'll go to Daniel's 9th chapter and verse 20. We're going to go to Daniel's 9 and 9. Just because this lesson can be so depressing, I got to go here, y'all. Because to the Lord we turn, to our Lord, our God. Look at him. Daniel's 9 and 9. Read.
To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him.
That's why he said, I'm the Lord God, I change not, though you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Because what? It said, belong mercies and forgiveness belong, though we have rebelled against him. Go ahead.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
You think they ain't walking in his ways and his laws? Go to church tomorrow. I said pick it again. And you're gonna get a quick reality check. Okay? But look, go ahead, verse 11.
Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Oh, so we didn't obey the voice. Go ahead.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Oh, so the curse got poured out. So everything that we're going to read after Deuteronomy 15, chapter 28 and 15, that's what got poured out. That's why the slavery had to happen, in the fact that we came across in the transatlantic slave trade. Immutable. We couldn't change it, y'all. It was inevitable. Therefore, the curse is poured out, because that's written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. Let's see what the Lord did. Go ahead.
And he had confirmed his words.
Whoa, and he had confirmed his words. No wonder we got slavery. No wonder we got all these statistics I can pull up and you can pull up concerning the so-called Negro, so-called black man from whatever land, okay? No wonder this brother got his back beat like that. Woo! Okay, no wonder he got that. Go ahead.
He had confirmed his words, which he spake against us.
Because he confirmed his word. Go ahead.
And against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil.
Oh, this is the great evil, y'all. Because our forefathers brought the great evil by forsaking God. Therefore, he by bringing upon us this great evil. Go ahead.
For under the whole heaven have not been done as had been done upon Jerusalem.
See, ain't nobody been done like we've been done, y'all. Go ahead.
As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayers before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand our truth.
And that's the solution to our problem. And each individual soul has to decide to do this. That is the nation of Israel. That's why it's so important to understand your identity. And to know who the children of Israel is, because it said that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. That is the answer to why us. Because we're not doing this. Therefore, let's go look at one of the biggest things. I'm going to go here, back to Deuteronomy 28. This time we're going to go to, oh my God, watch this, y'all. Watch this. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and let's go 28. Man, there's so much in here. Woo! Let's go to 28, and I want to pick this one in particular. We're going to 28 and 37. And 37. When you get it, read.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Now he said you shall become a astonishment, and we are. When you look at the statistics, you're like, man, those folks are black folks, man. That's why when we move into a neighborhood that where the Gentiles or strangers stay in, they be fleeing, because they know, they be like, man, this is astonishing. Every time they come, stuff just goes south. So they run it. And he said, byword and a proverb among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 32. 32, make sure I got this right. 32 and 26. He said, you're going to become a byword and a proverb. 32 and 26.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. There are 2 hosts and 2 participants in this conference.
We got you back. We got you back. You are 32 and 26. Watch this. Go ahead.
I said, I will scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Now look, I went and researched this thing out. Now this is a list of names that they use to call Jews. People that call themselves Jews. They got about 45 names, okay? They would say Beanie, Big Nose, Christ Killers, Heine, Hook Nose, Jew Bag, Khazars, Mikey, Nicky Nose, Penny Chasers, Pizzas, Crackers, Shylock, We, and Yent. That's what they call it. This is the list for the people that the world called the Jews. Okay, y'all? You see this? You see that? You see that, right, y'all? Now watch it, y'all. This is the list that they call us, y'all. Look at that. Hello? Oh my God. Look at that. When I researched this thing, I was blown away like you was blown. I was like, oh, snap. I'm like, bro. Then I'm like, wow. Are you serious? And I looked at this thing. I could have figured maybe we had 64, but so-called they got 43. And then they just added 3 new names. So it's actually 184 names that they got for us, y'all. I'm like, Dude, let me just say a couple of, I don't want to offend everybody that's black, but, well, you know, we already know one of them is Africans, another one is the N-word. Y'all know what that is, you know. So that's, anyway, they call us Auntie Mamas. I'm going blackies, boot lips, Brillo pads, buckwheats, buppies, burnt crackers. So you got crackers and you got burnt crackers, okay? Burrheads, cargo, anyway, chocolate drops, cocoa, coloreds, conkies, coons, cordons, cornbread, crawl, crickets. They call us crime comes from us. The high crime rate among blacks. Dans, darkies, dingies, eggplants, eraser heads, fall N-word, okay, y'all? Ghettos. So we see the word ghetto, that's talking about us, y'all. Gimpies, I'm just gonna skim the street. Homies, that's what these call. Hot knots, house jar jars, jigaboos. I'm just skipping through it, skimming through. KFCs, cause you know we like chicken, and I'm a chicken hog. Anyway, dang. Look, Negro, knuckle draggers, Crumbos, lawn jockeys, Lucius, Mendingos. I'm just skipping to some of the power. Midnights, monkeys, monkey boy, mulak, moolies, moon crickets, Moors, mud people, Nagas, y'all know it, Negroes, see, Niggoos, Nignogs, Knock-knocks, Ningies, Nogs, Nubian princes. You know, I kind of like that one. Anyway, dang. Oreos, picnickies, yeah, we the picnic, y'all. Anyway, 0.6, poos, poobies, Reggies, Shortsies, Shroogies, Shadow Smurfs, Shines and Shiners, Silverbacks, Silvery Skillets, Slave, so when we talk about the word slave in the book, okay, y'all, anyway. Smuggers, Smokefoots, Sniggers, Spades. Now they had the word snowflakes because it said blacks used to indicate an educated black man during the Civil War. A white collar blacks, which are pretty rare. A white collar black was called a snowflake. Okay. Spades, spooks, stovepipes, subhumans, tar babies, Terrence, Toby, y'all know where that comes from, tree swingers, Uncle Toms, blacks who sucked up to you know who's, in reference to Uncle Tom character in the famous 1857 book, welfare monkeys, whale turds, derived from the joke, what do you call the black in the ocean? Wow. Wind chime, because they just dangle us on the trees, y'all. Wool heads, yard apes, and yo-yos. Hanging from strings. Y'all know what kind of strings they was hanging us from, y'all. Okay? So they eventually say, hey, let's just make a yo-yo out of them. You know, so we be hanging up there, and we, you know, hey, we hang one up there, and here's a yo-yo. Yeah, that comes from us, y'all. And I just skipped over. And then there's like 3 more. They just added. I meant to put that on this, but you can go look up this under the ACLU names for slander, y'all. So when we read, when it says, I'm going to cause the remembrance of you to cease from among men, they trying to figure us out. The black folks, the African Americans, black men, how many times our names changed, y'all? I remember when we used to call Afro-Americans. Because we used to go back, you know, but where Afro land at? Come on, y'all. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Let's look at another thing. Isaiah 28 and 48. Isaiah 28 and 48. Isaiah 28 and 48. Read that.
Isaiah 28 and 48.
I'm sorry, Deuteronomy. I'm looking dead at Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Actually, you need to read a little before we go there. I started Isaiah 28 and started at verse 45. Isaiah, sorry, I keep saying Isaiah, Deuteronomy 28 and 45. I mean, it talks about banking, you know, where black-owned banks at, and the ones that we do get, they newly come up. As long as we've been in this land almost 400 years, we just not getting some banks. And then when you look at, oh my God, anyway, like I said, we're going to go around on this one, y'all. So, Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Read.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
See, that's why, you know, all this, oh man, the black, did you, like, dude, wait a minute. He said, these curses are going to follow us and going to be upon thy seed. That's what he told our forefathers, for a sign. What do a sign do, y'all? It informs you, it points back. Look at this. That's why us? That's why I got on there from prison, from slavery to prison, because it's followed from the wilderness all the way out, y'all. And it's upon thy seed forever. Why? Go ahead. Verse 47.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
See, we wouldn't keep his commandments, which commanded us, and would not serve the Lord with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. We'd rather rejoice in ignorance. We'd rather rejoice in what the slave master gave us. Christmas and Easter Sunday, and going to heaven, and the law in them. We're going to rejoice in the law in them. Oh, we have a ball in that. Okay, we rejoice in that. But the Lord have us keep his commandments and be joyful and with the gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Go ahead, verse 48.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed.
Now watch this, y'all. Right there. Boom. Do you see Chinese walking around with that on? Do you see the Japanese? You see any white folks walking around with the yokes of iron on their neck? Have you ever seen the people that call themselves Jews looking like that? Come on now. Hello? Without a doubt. No doubt, y'all. This is talking about us. That's why he said, I know your tribulations and your what? Your poverty. Deuteronomy 28 and 48 in your face. Flat out. All of these things, y'all. Now look, let's go to Leviticus 26 chapter. Leviticus 26 and verse 2. Yeah, we are a load to talk about. That's why the Gentiles don't want to teach this. He don't want to go ahead and bring all this, because he know our people are, look, we are the curse is poured on us, and we're only going to depress us even further. Okay, so they said, look, let's talk about all the good things. Let's talk about all the happy things. Therefore, we can't go in this book. Anyway, look, but Israel that know Israel, true Israel, we go in. And right here, Leviticus 26 and verse 2. Watch this, y'all. Read.
Ye should keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary.
So he said, you shall keep my Sabbaths. And notice he said Sabbath. So Saturday ain't the only Sabbath day, y'all. You got high Sabbaths. That's why he said you should keep my Sabbaths. You have a regular Sabbath which comes every week. And then you have the annual Sabbaths which come yearly. Go ahead.
I am the Lord.
Uh-huh.
If ye walk in my statutes,
yes, sir,
and keep my commandments,
yes, sir,
and do them, then I will give you rain in due season,
uh-huh,
and the land shall yield her and increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
So now the Lord, here on another instance, he's dropping the same thing, pretty much what we saw and read in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. But watch what the Lord said in verse 14. Skip down to verse 14.
But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes.
Oh, if you despise the Lord's statutes, go ahead.
or if your soul abhor my judgments.
If you hate the Lord's judgment, which is written in His book, go ahead.
So that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant. I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror.
Oh, he said, if you're going to take my things, I will also do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror? Wait a minute. That gun that's terror. You're going to our neighborhoods tonight. You're going to hang out in our neighborhoods tonight. Especially like if you go to New York, you know, Chicago, you know, and LA, especially in our neighborhood is heavy us. Oh, you're going to get you some terror. Know that somebody probably died last night. I know I lost my nephew to some terror in our neighborhoods. He was at a party amongst people that look like him. Hello? Lord said, I will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror. Go ahead.
Consumption and the burning ague that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart.
Oh, sorrow of heart. That's why we want to hear those feel good stories, y'all.
Amen.
That's why we want to be singing, hey. Look, cause when we leave out of the churches, y'all, irregardless of what day you go to, sour hearts waiting. Them called sour heart, and you shall what?
And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it.
Let's skip down to verse 18, because there's a lot. Whew, there's a lot in here. Go ahead.
And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more than your sin.
The Lord didn't say, I'm going to yet just punish you. You know what I'm saying? But look how the Lord said, I'm going to punish you. He said, if you would not yet for all this hearken unto me, then will I punish you 7 times more for your sins. That's why of all these categories that affect the ethnic group that's bad for people, we got it real bad. We ain't just got it bad. Oh, I get it. You know, white folks, they suffer too, man. Come on, y'all. Everybody got problems. Whoa. But when we're 12% of the U.S. population, and then we got 60% of us in jail. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to punish you 7 times more. Go ahead. Verse 19.
And I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron and your earth as brass.
That's why we got the longest printing sentences. More of us in jail long over petty, stupid stuff. And then the Gentile do the same thing. He get up. Don't do that no more. Give him 3 months, let him out. Oh, he gets house arrest. Well, it doesn't get so bad now, y'all old crowd, y'all. They putting us on house arrest, okay? I mean, you know, whack, we stuff in the prisons. Nevertheless, he said, I'm going to make heaven your iron and your earth is brass. They actually think we belong up in there. It look like we belong up in there. If you go look at all, man, why is all these bathrooms up in there? You would think we love jails. Go ahead.
And your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yield her increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits. And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sin.
Look, the Lord give us the worst. Even though we the minority in this nation, land of the free and the home of the brave, why is it that we are imprisoned more in this name? That our forefathers even fought in wars and went to service for, we're protecting the rights of man, but we get what? 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. Go ahead.
I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children.
Oh, we got some wild beasts, y'all. And we ain't talking about physical beasts. Some of these gangs that's going around, though. Then you got drugs, then you get all manner. That's why I said, we read earlier, we are for a prey, y'all. A prey to who? These wild beasts that will rob you of your children. Our children in bondage, all kind of foolishness, y'all. The parents and the children, that's why you got this conflict going on. We could have read the children are our oppressors, y'all, and the women rule over us. This is talking about us, the children of Israel. Why us? Because if we walk contrary to the Lord, he said, and would not hearken unto me, I would bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. I will send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle, because we used to have cattle. Okay, the Lord covered all the way from when we were the nation of agriculture and all of that, all the way to modern days. Go ahead.
And make ye few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
Yes, sir.
And if ye will not be reformed by me.
Oh, we got to be reformed by God. How do we get our be reformed? By the word of God.
Amen.
That's how he said, if you would not be reformed by me, by these things, whew, Lord have mercy, the children. Even our senior citizens suffer. Gun deaths, y'all. Poverty, unemployment rates, cancers, prisons. What's this over here? This is talking about the comparison of drug-related criminal justice measures. Okay, HIV, absurd. Look at this. We 44% of the new HIV cases by race, y'all. And we only 12% of the U.S. population. Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter. It matters. That's why the Lord said, my prayer for Israel is that they might be saved, y'all. So look, let's go here to close this out. I'm looking at my time. Let's get down to verse 41. Oh, I'm sorry. 36, and we're going to skip that. Go ahead.
And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies.
We're in the lands of our enemies, y'all. Go ahead.
And the sound of a shaking leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword. And they shall fall when none pursueth. And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword.
That's why we got black on black crime, y'all, falling on one another. But no, let's get down to verse 39.
Oh, I need to finish.
Go ahead, finish that. Go ahead.
None pursue it. And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
Go down to 39.
And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity and your enemies' land. And also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them. See, we pining away in the iniquities of our fathers. And how many, like I always say, how many of us is filling up the church all day tomorrow? We pining in the iniquities of our fathers. When we brought up in, we still getting this, that Saddlebar Christianity, that Roman Christianity, the slave masters Christianity. We packing their churches up, y'all. We pining away the iniquities of our fathers. Nevertheless, verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquities and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham, will I remember, and I will remember the land. Look what the Lord said we need to do. This is the solution to why us. Why we going through this. Because he said if they would confess the iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers, that's why we can't deny who our fathers are. We must confess that we are the children of Israel. That is our confession. We must do this in order to even have any chance of staying in this stuff, y'all, or swaying this stuff, or escaping this stuff. We must confess the iniquity of our fathers and their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that they also have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary to them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. That's how we know we got here, by slave ships, y'all. And if their uncircumcised hearts be what? Humbled. That's what the Lord uses on us, to humble us. And they accept of the punishment of their iniquities, then will I
remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. Go ahead. Now skip down to verse 44.
And yet,
No. Read verse 43. Read.
the land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbath, while she lieth desolate without them.
See, our land, the Gentiles is over there. That's why they keeping the Sabbath. They adamant about keeping the Sabbath over there, y'all. Therefore, he said, and the land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy Sabbaths, while she lieth desolate without them, and they shall accept the punishment of their iniquity. Go ahead.
Because they despise my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. And yet, for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away.
See, the Lord ain't gonna cast us away. When we do this, we must confess our faults. So I know I am Israel. I'm a Bible Christian. That's my faith. But I know physically who I am in the carnal things of this world, in the earthly matters that Jesus has explained to us. I believe what the Lord said on both levels, spiritual and physical, or physical and spiritual, carnal and spiritual things, y'all. That's why we can do this. That's why I say, yeah, for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I would not cast them away. Go ahead.
Neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God.
Yes, sir.
But I will, for their sakes, remember the covenant of their ancestors.
Oh, we got to remember the covenant of our what? Our ancestors. Go ahead.
Whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the heathen.
Yes, sir.
That I might be their God, and
Yes.
I am the Lord.
I am the Lord. Go ahead.
These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
So how far back does this history, black history, go, y'all? How far back does our history go as the children of Israel? These conditions the Lord laid out way back by the hand when Moses was alive. Whatever year that was. Okay? 1400 BC, 1600. But look where we at now. We're in the year 2019. And it still stands to this day. This is why we must understand why us. Because the answer is to confess the iniquities of our ancestors and to humble our hearts to the word of God, and that we may obey his voice and his statutes and laws and commandments, which he commanded by his prophets and apostles to this day. So now I hope you understand why us, from slavery to what? Prison houses. This concludes the lesson.